Yeah. Get the ball.
Got the ball, the long ball into the box. Nick is there. Can he put it in? Goal, South Florida! Unbelievable! Now for Brian. It's in the goal! It's a shot. South Florida goal! Hello everyone, and Mad About Soccer coming back to you. I know it's been a while, but we are here to bring you today South Florida Football Academy versus the Clearwater Chargers. MLS next, U15, all the action, all the highlights coming to you today. As you can see by the white of the legs of this referee checking in the players, we are in South Florida. Hard to believe because that man has no tan. But it is definitely some cold weather here. As you can see, the referee is wearing a jacket. Many of the players are in long sleeves. And it is a bit cold out here. It is about 40 degrees here in sunny South Florida. This game having taken place a couple of months ago. Some of these players are hoping that they can wear their jackets while playing, but I'm sure they won't be able to. As the referee checks them in here, Coach Jordan, along with the club today, we have Coach Callum Cockley, who is also here from England, and he'll be out here watching this team, soon to take over the National Academy League team for South Florida Football Academy. Here to look at the boys as they warm up and play this game. This is the second game of a two-game road trip. First game was against West Florida Flames, where South Florida tied in the final seconds of that game to end it 2-2 and walk away with a crucial point in their search for MLS Next Flex in Maryland, hoping to qualify for that tournament. We'll see how that goes in the coming games. Now, today our lineup is going to be pretty much the same as yesterday, just one notable change. Number 20, Crosby, as you can see there, finally back fit, ready to play. He'll be starting today at left back. You have Joaquin and Nick up top, along with Julian, Brian, Matthew, and Gavin in the midfield, with Crosby, Idan, John, and Jaden as your backfield, and number 99, Colton, in the goal, as he is our one and only goalie this season, hoping to maintain his fitness throughout, because we're in big trouble without that man. And Jordan James, our coach, always excited to be here, had a couple of comments about the weather and was actually kind of surprised that the kids are not used to 40 degrees, albeit we are in South Florida. But we'll be bringing you the game right after this. Do you want to see some really great photos of soccer games and wildlife? Head on over to M_J_Beard at Instagram, and you will see some of the most amazing photos you will ever see, and it'll be hard to believe they were taken with a camera and not just being seen in real life. These are some amazing photos, and I strongly encourage you to head on over to M_J_Beard to take a look at these great shots while you can. Well, I forgot to mention Jeffrey Smythe back with us. Jeffrey, say hello.
Oh, you thought you could forget about me, huh? I bet you're freezing to death out here. It's only 40 degrees. Hello, everybody. Glad to be back. And we'll be with you with this intense action right after this last word from one of our sponsors. If you want to show your support for the Mad About Soccer YouTube page, then head on over to Techie Apparel and pick up one of these banging shirts that they have on for sale. You won't be disappointed in these one-of-a-kind designs. And if the t-shirts don't move you, then have a look at what else they have to offer from one-of-a-kind cleat designs like these. Or if that doesn't move you or tickle your fancy, then you can always take a look at what else they have to offer. they have not just shoe designs, but they also have many other things in the soccer genre that you might enjoy. So head on over to Techie Apparel and take a look. You may just find something that's worth buying and help supporting Mad About Soccer as they bring you the very best in MLS Next and beyond.
Well, Jeffrey, as the kids huddle up here, any words you have for this game or any predictions?
Well, I have to say that the Chargers are coming into this game. They've had a rough season so far, but I think they're here to give us a game. I've been watching them during warm-ups, and they definitely seem like they are in it to win today. So we'll have to see how the weather affects everybody involved, because this is sure to be a cracker of a match. If it can get open in this tight space, it's a very small field. I don't know if you noticed, but this is not something South Florida's used to, so we'll have to wait and see.
Well, as Jeffrey mentioned, it is a little bit, it's not as wide as what we're used to. I can definitely see that. But home field advantage goes to the home team, as they probably practice on this and are used to the width of the field. Maybe they'll use that to their advantage. Chargers start with the ball, trying to move this ball down the sideline. Jaden there to meet it, and it's going to result in the first throw-in of the match. Chargers throwing back, trying to maintain position. You got Nick up top here, providing a little bit of pressure, just not that option for them to play it over to the right, and Chargers forced to play it back over to the left side. So far, conservative. Not the usual kick the ball up ahead and let's see who can get to it. Chargers trying to maintain possession here. There's a long pass down the sideline. It connects. Jaden again there. He passes it back to John. John back to Colton. Colton immediately under pressure. Surprised number 9 didn't keep running. Headed back into the fray. Number 9 for the Chargers trying to bring it down. Can't do it. Crosby parries it away. Chargers back in front of the goal. Number 11 on the right side. Makes a quick 1-2 pass here. A little bit bunched up on the right side. Chargers in South Florida. Nick comes over to harass number 11. And they win a throw. Chargers throwing the ball back now. Maintaining possession. Going to look for that other side of the field. Joaquin now. Joaquin able to poke that ball free. And Nick is now off to the races. Nick with some daylight here. Can he take advantage? No, has to pass it off. Looking for Julian. Can't find him. Julian's going to get there and is going to win a throw. So that looked dangerous. Nick just couldn't get out ahead of those Chargers defenders. But Jaden here with the throw-in. He's looking. Puts the ball down the right side. Chargers there to kick it away. All right, Don playing it over to Crosby. Crosby trying to make some moves on number 11, able to get around him. He's got his head up, looking upfield, looking for Joaquin, blocked by Chargers. One back by Brian, and now Crosby's out on the left side. Giving it up to Gavin, and out of bounds for a throw. Gavin on the throw and takes it short to Nick. Chargers there to pressure immediately, and it's going to be another throw for South Florida. Crosby on the ball now with a little assistance from the fans here. Referee now telling the fans to move back. I got to tell you, there's not a lot of room here. It's about 5 feet from that white line to a fence, so very tight conditions here at Chargers Field. Crosby gets the throw in. Brian trying to do some footwork here in front of the box. Can't do it. Crosby can't get it to go. Brian winning it back. Passes it back to Matthew. Matthew getting it back to Don. Don trying to play it back to Matthew. Can't do it. Chargers are now on a run. Chargers number 6 now taking a touch. Puts the ball into the center of the field. Colton's going to come out and scoop that one up. But so far, some dangerous play here as the Chargers are just very tight on the ball. This ball rolled out to Matthew. Matthew immediately under pressure. Tries to play the ball out to Crosby. It's a slow pass. 11 picks it off. Matthew able to win it back. Matthew out to Gavin. Gavin now playing it back to Idon. Chargers players everywhere. Idon taking his time, dribbling across the field, finds John. John back to Colton. Colton, no pressure on him, passes it back to John. John now dribbling up the field, trying to take the space that he's being given. And he plays the ball long down the line. It gets through, but no South Florida player able to get on top of it. Ball played back to the Chargers keeper. He plays it over to the left. Chargers like this left side of the field. As Julian is there to defend, they're forced to play back. South Florida defense not really pressuring the backfield passes as they've been known to do, as the Chargers take their time to bring this ball up the field. Chargers unpressured, play the ball down the line and out of bounds for a throw. Jaden now standing over the ball, throws it. Contacts with Nick, who's now switched over to the other side. Back to Jaden. Jaden popping it up in the air and headed into touch for another South Florida throw. I think the small size of the field is kind of throwing off the rhythm here of South Florida. What do you think about that, Jeff?
Well, it definitely is affecting them in that they can't connect the passes that they normally would connect, no problem. So a nice little pressure there from Matthew. But the smaller field is definitely to the advantage of the Chargers, who are just pressing and pressing each and every pass. And they can do it because they're used to it. They're used to playing on this small field. As the referee stops play here, I think it's because somebody forgot to put in their shin guards. But, this is what the referee is supposed to be doing before the match. I don't understand this. How does he stop play for this? Coach Jordan and Cogley, they're just in disbelief, as we have to stop play for this. Oh, terrible.
Well, referees are supposed to be checking for shin guards and make sure that the players have the right uniform and clothing on, which we should say that typically you won't see teams with two of the same colored socks on, as Matthew's able to come away with that ball. Giveaway to Chargers, and they're on the run now. Crosby trying to get back. Chargers with players forward, and that's going to be an offsides. Well, it is unusual to see players wearing the same colored socks, because what few people don't know is the reason why they like to have two different colored socks, so referees can better gauge when the fouls are being committed and by what team. So when you see a bunch of black socks into a crowd, it's kind of hard to pick out who's sticking out, whose leg, and who's foul there. As that ball comes across the goal, it's a goal! Oh no! First shock of the game here. Chargers come at them and score a goal. Everybody just looked asleep on that one.
Asleep? They're absolutely in a coma. Look at this. Does they allow this player to get this ball, and it takes a deflection there, but nobody's on the 6 and he just shoots it. It takes a deflection off Colton and nobody's on the back post, and it's an easy put away. They better start warming up really quick here, South Florida, or they're going to get shocked by the Chargers on their home field. This is not the start we are looking for.
No, definitely not. I mean, I got caught up in the whole sock conversation, and here come the Chargers, 1-0 over South Florida. I don't think any of us had that on our score sheets going into this game, as the Chargers are just definitely at ease here and putting pressure on South Florida, and they come away with a big goal here in the first half. Now the Chargers again playing out of the back, seeing if they can capitalize on this 1-0 goal line, and South Florida trying to win the ball back, and it looks like they do. Nick here now on the ball. He's got Brian. Can he see him? He does. Brian in the flat takes a shot, and it's going to go wide of the goal. And that actually, I think, is going to be called as an offsides. Yep, offsides on Brian. And, yep, can't really tell from this angle, but unfortunately, I think the referee made a good call on that one. Offsides, South Florida.
It was a good defensive measure by the number 4. He held his line and waited for the players to pass him by. Very risky, but effective.
Well, the Chargers took their free kick pretty quickly, kicked it down the line. Matthew having to kick this ball away, gets it up to Brian. Brian, with his head up, plays the ball up to Nick. Oh, it just goes over his foot. Chargers parried away, but not too far. As Gavin able to intercept that one, gets it back to Nick. Nick, with nothing but black jerseys in front of him, takes a shot, and it goes right to the keeper. Not much of a threat there.
Well, it's definitely better than what they've been doing. As you can see here, Nick, 1, 2, 3 black jerseys, still able to get the shot through. Nobody else was really in a scoring position but I like it that we're taking the chance when it's there.
All right, Chargers playing out of the back. 17, surveying the field. Again, lots of time on the ball. Plays this ball long and up the field, chested down. Jaden there to collect. Jaden trying to find someone to pass to. Finds Colton. Colton pops it over and into the middle of the field. And there's Brian waiting for it. Brings it down nicely. Brian on the ball, playing it over to Julian. Julian back to Jaden. Jaden looking for someone to pass to. Finds Brian. Brian now on the ball. He turns upfield. He's trying to get it to Julian. He can't do it 3 times. Chargers players deflected. Matthew now having to play defense, trying to delay this Charger defense who has been going forward. Hard Chargers, as they might say, as they nutmeg pass through John's legs, but Adon there to intercept. Jaden now up the field. Jaden using those long legs to his advantage, but can't get around the Chargers defense, forced to play back to John. Chargers playing very similar to South Florida football here, as they're not pressuring the center backs or the goalie. Colton looking for someone to pass to, cannot find anybody. Playing this ball long and up to the right side. Chargers defender there to knock it down. Brian able to collect. Trying to find Jaden, can't do it. Jaden now trying to win it back. Chargers, ball into the middle. Deflected by Crosby, and it's going to land into Colton's hands. Oh man. Well, South Florida needs to get it together. We cannot string 3 passes together so far. Just been a series of 2 passes as Crosby trying to play this one to Matthew. Matthew the quick touch up to Nick. Nick now off to the run, races. Nick playing the ball over the top, sees Julian. Julian neck to neck. Defender from the Chargers kicks it free. And I think we've got another call on the field.
We do, and it's going to be offsides. I wish that our cameras had a better angle because I think this was a very tight call here. As you can see the red circle there. Look at that. They're shoulder and shoulder. He couldn't have been more than a 2 over the line there of the offsides. I can't see how he made that call, but maybe his eyes are frozen. I don't know.
Well, this ball going down the left side. John there to parry it away. And Chargers are going to take the throw. They take it quickly. Julian now applying pressure, trying to win this ball back. Chargers crossing it into the box. Crosby there to parry it away. Chargers still on the ball. They've got numbers forward. Gavin poking this ball free. Chargers still in a dangerous spot. Crosby trying to get a foot to it. Ball's rolling towards the end line. Cross again. Shot. And it's just wide. Oh, man.
Well, South Florida better get their act together. This is almost the same play. Cross front of goal. Takes a deflection. And lands right at the feet of the Charger player. Oh, he's going to want that one back for sure.
Well, Crosby here to take the kickoff. Plays it to Matthew. Matthew immediately under pressure. Gets it taken away here. Trying to win the ball back. Can't do it. Chargers running in again. This is just pure panic from South Florida now. Edon trying to get it. Finally comes down with it. Now he's running up the field. And he plays it down long to Brian. Brian trying to do a little move there. He keeps fighting through, but can't win the ball back ultimately. Crosby now on the ball. Plays it to Edon, and it's out for a throw. Man, I got to tell you, Chargers are here to play, ladies and gentlemen. As this ball to Brian, he takes a little push in the back. No foul called, and that ball is just hammered into the crowd for a throw. Nick playing it over to John. John up to Nick. Nick trying to split the defenders. Oh, can't find that penetrating pass. Joaquin there, though. Joaquin playing it over to Jaden, and gets poked free by the Chargers. Joaquin back on the ball, but unfortunately kicks it into touch, and it's going to be a Chargers throw. Chargers now playing quickly. And again, South Florida not really pressing the center backs. Joaquin now going to give him a little bit of a challenge, and he kicks the ball free. Jaden there to chest it down. Jaden kicks it out, and for another Charger throw. Chargers throwing it back. Now as the Chargers come a little bit closer to that midway line, they're going to start seeing some pressure from South Florida. They put that ball into space. Number 11 is there. Colton kicking it away over everyone's head. Chargers trying to come down with it. Nick able to get on it, but couldn't put it forward. And it's out for another throw. Matthew now kicking it out of bounds for another throw. Chargers advancing merely on throw-ins as they pass this ball back and are going to go all the way back to the keeper. So South Florida putting up a little bit stronger defense here, not giving the Chargers many options, forcing them back in the passes quite a bit. And that number 17 for the Chargers back on the ball. Tries to play it over, can't do it. Intercepted. Joaquin now on the ball, passes it back to Matthew. Matthew with the ball over the top. Joaquin's running here. Oh, Chargers goalie came out.
The goalie
ball being battered around. Brian's now on it. He takes a shot. Diver dives. But it's a goal, South Florida, and we are all tied up. Whoa, man. What an effort there from South Florida to get that goal. And we are all tied up here in Clearwater, Florida, as our fans wave on. It's amazing, folks.
Well, it is amazing here. Look at this ball. This is a nice ball over the top, played by Matthew. Joaquin turns to try to run on it. The Clearwater keeper quickly off his line. Very good play there, but he is slow to get back. And this gives Brian enough space to beat him as he tries to dive for that ball. And it goes into the goal. And it's 1-1. Good job from Brian to put that one in the back of the net.
All right, well, we're just about 20 minutes gone here. Score is now level, 1-1. And we'll see how the rest of this match goes, as players have certainly now warmed up. And Chargers play this ball long. John there to parry it away. Chargers now back on the ball. Getting some pressure from Jaden. Jaden able to poke it free. Joaquin trying to play it, can't do it. And Chargers play it back to their center backs. Long ball, this time off to the right side. Number 9 can't get there. All right, goal kick from Colton. Plays it short to John. John getting pressured immediately now. Ooh, nice little move there. Creates some space for himself. And he's going to play that ball long down the field. 17 from the Chargers parries it away there, but keeps it in bounds. Brian, Jaden, and Julian all trying to fight for this ball. And there's going to be a foul call.
Oh, this is a good job from the referee. Everybody's fighting and scrapping for the ball here. And you can see his leg gets trapped up there by Julian. So, not a bad call by the referee.
All right. Kickoff from the Chargers down the field. John there again. Pokes it free. Matthew's going to get on the ball here. Plays a short pass to Nick. Nick able to avoid the Chargers defender. Plays the ball long and up the right side of the field. Julian is there. Julian able to bring this ball down. He's looking for the cross. Gets blocked by the Chargers defender. Forced to play it back to Jaden. Jaden now on the ball. Jaden trying to make something happen. Runs into a Chargers defender, though. And now he's trying to win back possession. They play it back to the middle of the field. No pressure from South Florida. And the Chargers are able to play this far up the field. Jaden's still there. Now Matthew giving chase after a long pass. And he plays it out in a touch. Chargers are going to get another throw. Chargers playing the ball short here. Short pass. Brian giving chase. Ball played back up to the middle, center back. And now back down to the goalie. Nick is giving chase. Goalie under pressure, passes it out to the left center back. Up the field. Jaden bringing it down. Matthew having to navigate around the referee. Plays it up to, looked like he was going for Gavin, but Nick intercepted that one and played it over to Crosby. Crosby now into the box for Gavin. Gavin one-on-one with the keeper. Tried to play a keeper with a sliding save there. As Crosby trying to get the ball back into play, can't do it. Chargers now kick it up. Matthew now on the ball. He plays it into the box, but no one is there, and it's going to be a goal kick.
I love to see an aggressive goalkeeper. I love to see when they come out and they read the ball. And look at this. He's off his line. He's going to slide in there, no fear, right in the Gavin, and he breaks up that play. Oh, that's so nice to see, even on a chilly morning like this.
Definitely gives a new definition of bone crunching, as cold weather certainly cannot feel good on the limbs in this cold weather here. Crashing into one another as number 17 from the Chargers running out. Play that ball long down the field again. They have not had much success with this, as Jaden has so far, I believe, gotten all but one of those passes. And plays this one back to Colton. Colton now having to make a decision. Plays it over to John. John now looking for some space. Doesn't have any. Plays it back to Colton. Colton with a touch to the center. Number 9 there lurking, waiting for it to see where he plays. He plays it over to Adon. Not many passes for Adon today. And number 9 plays this out. It's going to be a throw for South Florida. Adon throwing back to the goalkeeper. You don't see that very often. Then Colton playing it back to Adon. Adon urging his players to come in so that he can find someone to pass to. able to get around his defender and plays the ball upfield to Nick. Nick with a nice touch back to Crosby. Crosby up to Gavin. Gavin trying to one-time it to Nick. Nick with a back heel back to Gavin. Slide tackle from the Chargers. This is some really dedicated play here. As now Nick on the ball looking for someone to pass to. Tries to play this one up to Brian. Crosby there now. Crosby playing it back to Matthew. Matthew with a touch inside. He finds Brian. Brian can't hold on to it. Chargers now back on the ball. A little confused there. Nick charges in. Ball's played long. This could be trouble. Number 8 on the ball. John coming across. Great defensive effort there from John. John able to keep the ball in balance and plays it up to Edon. Edon trying to dribble away with it. Can't do it. And it's going to be a throw.
Well, I thought number 8 here had this all the way. It looks like he takes a little misstep there, and that's enough time for John to recover. Good play by the big man to keep it out of the goal for South Florida.
Chargers throw. Number 8 trying to get it down. Can't do it. Brian now. Brian trying to find a pass. Finds Nick. Nick playing the ball over the top. Looking for Joaquin, who's running. But will he get to it? It does. He does. Joaquin now trying to make something happen over here in the left corner. Passes it off to Gavin. Gavin was looking for the return ball to Joaquin. Ball played to the top of the box. Number 8 there. Able to play it over to his left side. And the Chargers are now trying to bust out. Chargers with the ball in the middle. Edon heading it down. Nick there to collect. This game's gotten a little bit more open. Defenses aren't as strict. Gavin trying to play the ball through the legs of the Chargers. Can't do it. Matthew now back in control of the ball. Passes it over to Gavin. Looking for the return. Gavin finds Edon. Edon now taking the ball through the middle. Passes over to John. And John now with plenty of space to run. And he's trying to find someone. And can't do it. Chargers intercept. Brian trying to win the ball back. Can't do it. But John intercepts. Passes it over to Matthew. Matthew to Julian. Julian back to Edon. Edon with a little bit of pressure, but not much. Plays it over to the right side for Jaden. Jaden back to Julian. Julian back to John. John's going to play it over to Edon. You can almost tell where the ball's going to go before they do, folks. But that sometimes is how soccer is, as Edon plays this one up. I don't know if he was looking for Nick or Brian, but it gets intercepted by the Chargers. Julian there to collect it. He passes it back to John. John up to Matthew. Matthew under pressure. Tries to play it through the defenders. Takes a deflection. Brian trying to win it back. Can't do it. Chargers pass it back up the field again. John initially knocked it down and is trying to win the ball back. Can't do it. Chargers get it back over to the left side. So after some frenetic action here, not really much has come of it. Ball's bouncing around a lot as Matthew heads this ball on for Gavin. Gavin trying to play it over the Chargers player. No foul called. Brian using his body position gets it off to Matthew. Matthew up to Joaquin. Joaquin trying to play through, headed back by the Chargers player. And Chargers now looking again on that left side. Number 10 now face-to-face with John. There's certainly a slight height advantage, but John takes a slip there. Deflection by Colton, which is probably going to be a goal-saving dive there. As the Chargers are again pouring into South Florida territory as Matthew's there, and he just clears the ball out of the area. There's nobody there for South Florida, but I think they need that time to recoup as the Chargers are forced to play back to their keeper. John took a nasty slip there, and it gave the Chargers an opportunity to get into a scoring position, and Colton makes a diving save. We'll have to show that highlight here in a second once we get a break in play. Jaden knocks that one down. John got a foot to it, can't get it. Number 8 having problems with it. Brian gets it, trying to get it to Julian. Julian slide tackles in, able to break it up to get it to Nick. Nick to Matthew. Matthew up the field, trying to hit Gavin, and they can't do it. And we go back and forth once again. Number 8 for the Chargers, moving up the field. Gets the ball over to the left side. Again, the Chargers all left today as they try to break this South Florida line. Matthew now harassing the number 6. Chargers now going to take their chances on the right side, and it's going to be out for a throw.
Well, let's take another look at Colton's save here. You can see John is trying to recover it. Don comes over, but it's not enough time. And Colton, full stretch to defy the ball in the back of the net. Oh, what a great save. And Thank goodness the Charger player was not in the right position to capitalize on that. But what an amazing save from Colton. Let's hope he can keep it up for the rest of the game.
All right, we got another throw here from the Chargers. And it looks like, number 8 coming in again as Colton makes a dive there to cover up that ball. Number 8 causing a lot of havoc here to the South Florida defense as he is dashing through to get every ball. Definitely wants to score here today. We'll see if he does. As this ball is kicked in the middle of the field, number 6 there gets to number 8. Number 8 plays it over to the left side. Jaden trying to get there, cannot. John now in a foot race, but it's not going to matter because it is offsides.
Well, this is a good call by the line referee. As you can see here, I think it's just a little offsides by my account, and that's a good call all the way offsides.
Well, I don't know. That looked a little bit close to me. It looked like he was definitely behind John when that pass was played.
Well, what team are you here for? Are you here for the Clearwater Chargers? Because if you are, you can take it down out to the field then. I don't need you in here with me talking all that. It's bad enough that some of these referees' calls don't go our way, but when they do, you want to say that they're wrong? What's wrong with you, man?
I could see I struck a nerve there, Jeffrey. I'm sorry, and let's just pretend it didn't happen as this ball is played back to the goalie for the Chargers. Chargers now back on the ball, working that left side. Julian harassing the player, makes a mistake. Brian now on the ball. Brian trying to win it back, can't do it. Chargers playing this ball up the field. Matthew on the number 8. Number 8 really trying to get something going here. And Chargers now back in the middle of the field, playing over to the right side. Crosby heads this one down, takes a deflection off Gavin, and ball played into the box. Colton there to scoop it up. Some interesting plays here from the Chargers. They're very well coached, you can tell. They're passing the ball very well. They're just lacking a little bit of quality here in the end. Otherwise, they'd be really beating us pretty badly, I'd have to say. 2 attempts so far in the goal where we have just had the one, and the one by Nick. As this ball's played over to Matthew. Matthew passing it off to Jaden. Jaden being held onto by the number 7. No foul called. As Jaden tries to split the 2 defenders. He does. Gets it off to Matthew. Matthew able to play it through. Finds Crosby over here on the left side. Crosby with a little bit of time. Plays it back to Matthew. Matthew over to Idon. Idon trying to find Nick through the middle. Cannot do it. Ball played into space. Matthew able to get a foot to it, but it still gets to the number 6 for the Chargers. And this ball is played down the left sideline. The number 10 is giving chase, but I don't think he's going to make it. Goal kick for Colton. Still 1-1 here in Clearwater. As about 30 minutes have gone by now. Chargers playing this ball up to the top. Number 8 there again. Plays it back to the center back. Center back plays a ball really long. Not sure if that was a shot or a play into the box, but whatever it is, it's over. And Colton takes another goal kick. Plays this time short to John. John with yards of space. Able to get ahead of this number 10 here. Plays the ball up to Brian. Brian trying to find Jaden. Jaden now to Matthew. Matthew one touch up to Brian. Brian now cutting inside. Playing the ball through. Looking for Joaquin. But all he finds is that Clearwater keeper who is playing close to the top of his box, it seems, all the time. As he looks to the field, he decides to kick it long. Jaden there to get ahead to it. It falls awkwardly. Referee says play on. John able to get a foot to it, and it's going to be out for a Clearwater corner. Clearwater on the ball now. Play it into the box. This is dangerous. Idon gets ahead to it. And Crosby, again, another head, and it's going to be another corner for Clearwater.
Well, that's what you have the captain's armband on for. In big plays, you come up big, and you got to win that ball on that corner, and he gets ahead to it, and prevents the goal.
All right, Clearwater corner times 2. As this ball is played over the back post, falls to Brian's feet. Brian is looking to clear it. Only finding black jerseys. Does not get it past the top of the box. Takes a lucky bounce. Gets to Julian. Julian playing it up to Joaquin. Joaquin playing it over to Gavin. Gavin with a bouncing ball. Don't think that went where he wanted it to go. Matthew now trying to get on it. Gets ahead to it. Plays it up to Gavin. Gavin now trying to turn the number 11. Has to play back to Idon. Down under pressure already by number 9. Plays the ball through to Nick. Nick with some time. Now dribbling backwards. Plays the ball over to the right side. Charger player there to intercept. Julian trying to win the ball back. Can't do it and commits a foul, but they say play on. Chargers still on the ball. Matthew trying to catch up. Cannot do it. Beautiful ball played to the right side. Number 9 on it, but it's going to be offsides. Whoa, man, what a pass.
That was a peach of a pass from the number 6. Shame that he's offsides because he would have been in there for sure. One-on-one with the keeper. Oh, beautiful vision though. Good on you, lad.
Well, the offside kick taken, deflected by Clearwater. Crosby able to get in there, breaks it up. Clearwater still on the ball. John tries to get a foot to it, tries to get a head to it. Still fighting for this ball. Clearwater still on it. Crosby able to get his foot in there. He plays it away. Looking for Joaquin, can't find him. Julian now sliding tackle gets deflected by the Chargers, and it's going to be South Florida ball. Long throw coming from Jaden. Up the middle of the field. Brian trying to get there, can't do it. Looked like this was a crossing pass, but it's going to be out for another throw for South Florida. Crosby on the throw, finds Nick. Nick getting pulled every which direction from this number 11. No fouls called. Nick playing across. Looking for Jaden. And he's not going to find him. It's going to be a throw for the Chargers. Throw in. Nick there. Able to win the ball back. Fighting off this number 10 and number 11 seems to be an all-day chore as number 12 comes in there. And it's going to be South Florida throw. Jaden now. Long throw up to Brian. Brian with a through ball pass to Joaquin. Joaquin trying to play it to Nick or Matthew, but couldn't find either. And the ball finds its way back to the Chargers keeper. Chargers keeper directing traffic, positioning his players as he passes short to his center back. Center back connections. Plenty of time on the ball. Again, South Florida playing very deep defensively, not looking to press until now. Now Joaquin's coming out of his shell a little bit. Number 17 from the Chargers, under a little bit of pressure now. Plays the ball up the field. Brian there to take it away. Brian passing back. South Florida looking for control of the ball. Pass it to Colton. Colton with time, not being pressured. Looks up the field and finds Gavin. Gavin now trying to chase down this ball. Blocks it for another throw. Well, we got to be coming up on halftime here shortly as the Chargers are going to pass it back, opting for possession, and ultimately probably to try to get to that left side of the field as they have most of the game. Ball through the middle, found number 8. Number 8 with a diagonal ball, finds number 7. 7 puts the ball into space, but nobody is there. Colton's going to pass it up to Julian. Julian now with some time. Passing it to Matthew. Matthew looking to switch the side. Finds Crosby. Crosby now looking to go up the line. Can't do it. Crosby with the throw. Headed away by the Chargers. Number 8 looking to break on this. Don there to knock him down. No foul called. Nick now fighting through defenders. Trying to make something happen. Can't do it. Joaquin trying to give chase. This ball passed right to Crosby. Crosby now on the ball. Short pass to Matthew. Matthew trying to get up to Joaquin. Can't do it. Again, the referee is just managing to place himself right in the path of Matthew multiple times today where he's had to evade him. Jaden now playing back to Colton. South Florida unable to break through this midfield of the Chargers. Every time they get a ball up there, it's either blocked, intercepted, or taken away from the passer as this ball lands into the middle and is out for a throw. Crosby on the throw. Looking in the middle of the field. Ball goes up through the middle. This could be trouble. Number 9 makes a move on Adon. Number 9 with a shot. Going across goal. Oh, no. Oh, it's another goal. Chargers lead 2-1. No offside calls here. This was something else.
Well, it all comes down to desire and positioning. Look at number 9 here. Nobody is even around him. He makes a nice little move here on the done. And is he shooting or is he playing at the cross? But this is a perfect ball. John dives and it's right there at his feet. And he just taps it in. Oh, what a disaster before halftime. 2-1. I can't believe it.
Well, I was just saying that we couldn't get the ball through midfield, but the Chargers have consistently been knocking on our front door. And you had to imagine it was going to happen at some point where another ball was going to go in. Just too much possession on our backfield and too much pressure from the Chargers not to allow that to happen one more time at least. As John has all the space in the world here all of a sudden and plays this ball into the middle, looking for Gavin. Gavin gets there. Could South Florida do something here just before half? Plays it over to Jaden. Jaden on the ball now. Jaden with two defenders in front of him, trying to make something happen. Crosses low, gets to Julian. It's in the space. Crosby is there. Crosby trying to get a shot off, cannot find a moment of space. Nick able to try to shoot. Nick shoots again. Down to Crosby. Shot again. Oh, man, and it is finally cleared by the Chargers. And Don now coming down with it, making a quick little move, and that is going to be halftime. Stay tuned for more. We'll be back after this. Are you looking for something new and unique? Then head on over to our sponsor, Techie Apparel. Techie Apparel, bringing you all that's new in the soccer world with unique designs, one of a kind that you can't find anywhere else. From t-shirts to mugs and even to cleats. Yes, cleats. Custom-made cleats like these Venom cleats that you cannot find anywhere else. Only at Techie Apparel. That's T-E-C-H-Y and Etsy.com. Techie Apparel. Also, for something out of this world, you can see our new Galaxy cleats that are up for sale. And believe me, they are one in the universe, and that is it. So take a look, come on by at Techie Apparel, T-E-C-H-Y Apparel at Etsy.com. All right, well, that is halftime here in Clearwater, Florida, with Clearwater Chargers leading South Florida Football Academy 2-1. I'm not. Are you shocked, Jeffrey? Because I'm shocked.
Well, if you told me before the start of the game that at halftime it would be 2-1, yes, I'd be shocked. But after watching the game, I'm not shocked. The Chargers wanted more. They're pressing harder. They're going after the passes. They're working more than South Florida. Let's see if they can get it back in the second half.
All right, second half coming at you. Still pretty cold here in Clearwater, Florida. After the first 40 minutes, as South Florida passes one back to Adon and back over to Jaden. Lineups are the same. No changes made as John places this ball up the field. Jaden's going to receive it once again. Take a little touch backwards and play it back to Colton. Colton's going to be under pressure here. Plays the ball up through the middle. That's a mistake. That ball's going to land right to a Charger player. That's trouble. As John comes over to clear it. Doesn't get that far, though. And Brian's going to come down with it. He plays it over to Nick. Nick with a back heel to Brian. Brian trying to play it into space for Nick to run into. But this number 17 is pretty big and pretty quick. But he gives this one away for a corner. So first corner of the half for South Florida. Let's see if we can tie this up early. Ball didn't quite make it into the box. That's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick Chargers. There's a slight breeze out here, so don't make any type of assertions as to the quality of that corner. As you can see, these tents are waving pretty good. And the corner flags are waving pretty good. As Chargers play this one down the right side, Don there to collect. He passes it back to Colton. Colton now on the ball. Trying to find someone to pass to. Passes over to John. John back to Colton. Oh, almost immediate pressure there. Colton with a quick foot to get that off to the middle of the field. Chargers now back in the attack. Chargers looking for someone to pass to. Pass it back to number 17. 17 back to 12. 6 now plays it into space, but a little too much space. And South Florida come away with the throw to get it off to Nicky. Nicky with room to run here. Nick with lots of space. Can he get it across? Looks like he tries to chip the goal. He goes back post, but he's there to collect. Good job by the keeper. All right, keeper plays this one long. Up the field, Crosby there. Passes it off to Gavin. Gavin now trying to make some moves. Gets it off to Joaquin. Joaquin back to Matthew. Matthew looking over to the right side, looking for Jaden. Jaden sort of stops his run, trying to take this ball off the Charger player. He can't do it. Chargers now moving the ball back down the line. Played into space to number 9. I could have sworn he was offside, and he is.
Oh, I guess you want to contest this one too. I'm pretty sure he's offside from right there. You can see it with your own 2 eyes. Very clearly offsides, about 5 yards. Ugh.
I can see this is going to be a lot like our marriage, huh, Jeffrey? I make one little comment, and I'm paying for it the rest of my life. Free kick from John, up the field. Can't make anything happen there. John able to get it back. Nice little acrobatic display there. As this ball comes back down the field, Matthew covering as John went up considerably for that. Ball's going around. Ball into space. Looks like Gavin's going to get there, and he does. And it's going to be out. Corner for the Chargers. This ball is deep into the box. Ooh, that's dangerous. Shot blocked by Colton. Another shot blocked by Colton. Chargers frantically trying to get this in there, and the shot just goes wide of the goal.
Well, let's count the saves, shall we? As this ball goes over, just over Colton's fingertips, it's a nice shot by the number 7. He puts it right into the stomach of Colton, as well as the number 8. Then the number 11 has a goal, and then the number 6 puts it just wide. So 4 shots there in that little sequence, and nothing in the back of the net. That's not good for either team. South Florida has to learn how to clear the ball. Oh no, this is a bad pass there out of the back. This could be trouble as A takes a shot and it's wide of the net. Oh, this is not looking good so far.
Second half starting off a lot like the first, as Gavin now trying to make something happen here. He's got nowhere to go, passes it off to Don. Matthew now. Oh, he takes a stumble with the ball. That's a bad giveaway in the middle of the field. 6 plays it over to the 9. This could be trouble. 9 takes a shot. Colton with another save, and Colton covers it up. Oh man, thank goodness for Colton right there, because that was easily 3-1 before that big game-saving save by Colton. This ball played up again to Crosby. Crosby back to Gavin. Deja vu all over again as Gavin tries to play this one into Brian. Can't do it. Chargers just sitting in the pockets and intercepting pass after pass. As they come down the field, number 6 plays this ball across to number 10. Number 10, just if he was a foot taller, would have had that one. As Jaden comes across and takes him off the ball. Jaden trying to find somebody, can't do it. Number 10 now on the ball. He's in the box. Julian's now pressuring him outside. Ball deflected away by Gavin. Gavin to Nick. Nick now creating some of his own space. Trying to find something. Gets 17 to jump. Passes it back to John. John now looking around. Has to pass back to Colton. Colton now up to Jaden. And again, number 7 there to pick it off. Matthew now playing the ball up the field. Looking for Julian. Can't find him. And the ball's played back to number 8. 8 for the Chargers now. Playing the ball forward to number 10. Overlapping by the 8. He's in on the box. Cross. Back post. Nobody is there except for Crosby, who passes it back to the front. Matthew one times it up in the air. Joaquin's going to get there. Joaquin trying to find someone to help him. Here comes Julian. Passing it off to Julian. Chargers got numbers back. There's the pass to Matthew. Matthew now over to Crosby. This is good from South Florida. Crosby looking. Pass to the back post. Nick header! Oh, and it goes wide of the goal.
Well, before we get to that, let's take another look at this beautiful save from Colton one-on-one. Oh, blocks it brilliantly and then covers it up tighter than the lid on a pickle jar. And, oh, what a great save. And then, I know headers are not easy, but the limited chances that this team has had, we got to make those. Nick knows it. Hopefully, he'll put the next one in the back of the net. Best play so far from South Florida was right there.
All right, Chargers back on the ball. Nick coming to harass the center back a little bit, but then backs off the keeper. Joaquin up there with him. Chargers play it long down the right side, and it's going to be in the touch. And it's going to be a throw for South Florida. Crosby throwing this ball in, finds Brian. Brian trying to make something happen, immediately met by number 6. Joaquin able to break up some play, and that ball goes out the touch again. It's going to be a Chargers throw. Chargers on the ball now. They've got the lead. So one would say I'm surprised that they're trying to push this ball up so fast. A lot in the first half, they would pass the ball back, wait patiently, pass the ball. Now it seems like they're trying to get into South Florida territory more than they were in the first half, and they have the lead. Chargers are going to give that one away. It's going to be a throw. Jaden, long throw into the space, hoping that somebody's going to get on it, and maybe wins a corner here. Let's see. Definitely wins a throw. All right. Jaden now standing over the ball. See if he can make this long throw. Puts it in a nice little space there for Gavin. Number 8 falls as he's trying to strike it, and it's going to be a corner for South Florida. Nicky on the corner, passes the ball. It's high, it's in the air. Goalie punches it. Joaquin able to flick it backwards. John now on it. Number 8 kicks it free, and it's going to be a throw for South Florida.
Well, the Chargers keeper continues to impress, especially on this corner. Look at the strong punch here. Boom! Right out of the box. Great keeping there under pressure.
All right, South Florida taking the throw. Throw it down to Jaden. Jaden trying to control it. Cuts inside, gets it to Nick. Nick playing it to the box. Headed away by the Chargers. Down to Gavin. Gavin over to Don. Don trying to make some space here. Able to get it back to Gavin. Gavin now out to the left side. Gets it to Crosby. Crosby plays it into the box. There's nobody there, unfortunately. Brian intercepts the pass to try to clear it. Oh, there's a diving tackle. And a pass to Gavin. It just went a little too far. Goalkeeper is going to collect and pass it short. Chargers trying to work down to the right sideline once again. Unable to find a pathway through there, but they're going to stick to it. Now with the long ball down the right side. Crosby able to get a foot to it. Crosby passing it. Oh, trying to get it to Brian. Can't do it. Julian trying to break up that pass. Now here comes Don. Don passes through. Joaquin almost got it. Chargers again still on the ball. Ball into the path there, but it doesn't get anywhere. We failed to note that there was a substitution. The last dead ball. Matthew's been subbed off. Ale has come in. Julian has dropped to the 6th position. And he's getting harassed already. Number 10 with a shot. It falls well short of the goal and into the hands of Colton. So John seems to be holding his hand here in some pain as Colton throws this ball up the field to, looks like Brian. Brian gets it off to Adon. Adon looking up the field, plays the ball long, letting Crosby leg it out. Crosby now up the field. He's into the box. Oh, there's a little shove in the box. There's definitely contact. All the players have their arms up in the air, and the referee is finally coming in with a penalty call. Wow.
Well, better late than never, my mommy always said. As we take another look here, you can see there's a little bit of contact. I'm not going to say it. I'm just thankful for the penalty.
Is that doubt I hear in your voice?
No, there's about as much doubt in that as there is Nicky missing this penalty, which I had no doubt as he puts it into the back of the net. 2-2, South Florida and the Chargers. I think that it was still a penalty. It was just, I want to say it was a little soft for my liking. But regardless, it was a penalty. So stop looking at me like that with those judgmental eyes. I thank you.
No judgment here. As you said, it's 2-2, South Florida and the Chargers. It's interesting to see how the Chargers will respond to this. Like I said, the Chargers were going on the attack a lot of times there, even though they had the lead. Now tied, it looks like they're reverting back to just trying to possess the ball. It's very peculiar. The South Florida, using Crosby up in that higher position, using his speed to get into a attacking area, has somewhat changed the outcome of this game as he draws that penalty to level the game. A little bit of header games here as Jane tries to put that one into a position for Nicky to get on it, but cannot. Chargers parrying it back. Julian back to John. John back to Colton. Colton Passing left over to Crosby. Crosby now on the ball. Passing it back to Julian. Julian, under pressure, gives that one away. Oh, this could be trouble. John kicking it up in the air. Number 10 for the Chargers now back on it. He's looking for some support. He passes it right to Gavin. Gavin up to Joaquin. Joaquin now passing over to Brian. Brian looking for Crosby. Look at the speed. Put it on there. Oh, he takes more contact. No foul called there. As this ball's played out to the right side, Edon intercepts this one. Edon now trying to get us into an attacking position. Plays it over to Brian. Slide tackle by number 8 to win that ball back. And the ball played all the way back to Colton. He's going to receive it with his foot and play it up over to Jaden. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds for a throw. Chargers back on the ball now. Chargers passing forward. And, got his pocket picked. Nick able to recover it. Gets it off to Joaquin. Joaquin over to Gavin. Gavin back up to Joaquin. And it's not going to make it. But he still gets it. Plays it over to Crosby. Crosby now on the ball. Crosby, similar position as when he won the penalty. Shot! And it goes wide of the net.
Well, you have been right about one thing. Moving Crosby up into this attacking type midfielder has definitely changed the game. His speed has somewhat thrown off the Chargers and to the South Florida benefit, as they have now got into more scoring positions than they have previously.
Chargers again working that right side. And it goes out for a throw. They take it quickly. Brian now trying to come down with it. Able to poke it free to Nick. Nick looking for options. Passes it through to Joaquin. Joaquin could be in here. And the keeper comes out and collects. Chargers have replaced their keeper. Jaden now on the ball. Jaden looking, finding Nick. But he plays it a little too long. And Edon's going to get a yellow card here. I can only assume for dissension. Maybe he said something he shouldn't have. I don't know Edon to do that. As this throw-in played short by the Chargers. Jaden there. And foul called against Julian.
Again, the referee on top of it. There's a little bit of a hold there by Julian, enough to get his attention. Or it could have been the ball hitting Jaden in the arm. You kind of had your pick there.
All right, well, Chargers kick off. And looking to go right again. Edon misses the kick there. John lets it go through so Colton can collect. Some nervy play there as Colton gives John a look. I don't know if that was something Colton wanted to do or had to do. But throw out here to Gavin. Gavin playing it through to Brian. A little bit more space now for South Florida. Brian playing this ball, trying to find Nick. Can't do it. Joaquin now on the ball. Joaquin trying to hold it up, trying to get the ball to Nick. Can't do it. Doesn't go too far, though, as Jaden is there to intercept the clearance from the Chargers. Julian now on the ball, playing it to Gavin. Gavin to Edon. Edon now looking across the other side of the field. He finds Jaden, but Jaden overruns it. It's going to be another throw for the Chargers. Chargers take it very short, and they play this ball down the line. John is giving chase with the new number 13, and he just muscles him off the ball and wins the throw. Good job, John.
Well, he has definitely had to run his fair share today, as you can see him holding off number 13 there to win the throw.
All right, Jaden on the throw-in. Ball down into space. It bounces, and we're going to have a foul call.
Well, again, the referee in the right place at the right time. You can see a little push there from Brian, and that's going to get called 9 times out of 10.
All right, Chargers free kick in a pretty dangerous spot. Nobody gets ahead to it. Crosby clears. A little push in the back there on Ale. Referee saw that one, is also going to call it.
Well, what did I say? 9 times out of 10. So far, we're 3 for 3. The penalty, the last play, and now this one. So he is definitely against pushes in the back.
Edon trying to take this quickly. Referee sees that the player was blocking the kick, immediately gives him a yellow card. Smart play from Edon.
That is a smart play, and it's an easy yellow card to get on the defender who just decides to stand in front of you. Now, it didn't make contact, but still, he's there in front of the pass, blocking his ability to make it. So it's a yellow card.
Well, Adon now with a clear view of the field, passes this one up, takes a header by the Chargers, lands nicely for South Florida. As Nick's trying to get on this one, it's a slide out from the keeper to prevent that from going in. Cross by Nick. No one can get on the other end of it, and it's going to roll out for a goal kick.
I was wondering why the Chargers switched out their keeper, but now I can see why. Look at that aggressive slide tackle there by the keeper. Good job by the keeper to clear that from the danger area.
All right, Chargers take it short again. Ale now on the field. Jadiel has come in. So has Matthew Hansen to try to bolster this team a little bit. Oh, there's a foul called there. It'll be Chargers ball.
Well, you can see here, take your pick. I think it's going to be on Matthew Hansen, but good call by the referee.
All right, well, Chargers electing to pass back as opposed to go forward. Still tied 2-2. We're coming up on the end of the second half here. Probably about 15-20 minutes away from that mark. As Johnny L., who has just checked in, was trying to harass number 12 a little bit. Chargers forced to play back. Charger keeper playing it over to the right side. Back to him. Now he plays long and into touch. So it'll be a South Florida throw. Crosby taking it long. Into the box. Chargers get it out of there, but not as far as Julian. Julian now showing some footwork. Trying to get into space. Plays it over to Crosby, who's in another dangerous area. He has crossed the ball in here that almost went in from Nick. Oh, under pressure. Charger player falls on him. No foul. Gets it off to Hansen. Hansen tries to play it into space, and he took a hard hit, and there's nothing to it as it's just going to result in a goal kick. Chargers now again playing out of the back. No pressure thus far. Playing it long. Jaden is there. He heads it, and it's going to fall to Adon. Adon now, evading his defenders, plays it over to Jaden. Jaden, with Jadiel nearby, tries to take on his defender, and it goes out for a throw. Brian coming over, trying to win this ball, and does. Plays it out through to Nick. Nick, one-on-one. Nick running down the sideline. Nick looking to cross. He does. Goes long and headed away for a corner. South Florida corner, Nicky on the ball. Plays it long. It's in the box. It's bouncing around. It is cleared by the Chargers, but Brian is there. Oh, Brian gets knocked down in the box. No foul. Chargers clear. Jadiel there now on the ball. Jadiel playing into space. Oh, Jadiel plays it in through. John is trying to get there, and he cannot, and it's going to be a goal kick. We now have some new players on the field as well. Nico has checked in. And I believe Martin is now on the field. So we've had a couple of switches. Whole midfield been replaced. Don now sprinting forward. Trying to make something happen for this South Florida team. Trying to split the defenders. Can't do it. South Florida now having to get back. Main defender not in the area. Johnny L there to cover. Plays it over to Jaden. Jaden now looking forward. Plays it up. Interception by Clearwater. Chargers playing in the middle of the field. Now passing back, looking to work it over to the right side. Hansen coming over to pressure. Hansen able to get a foot to it. Can't win the ball though. Ale goes down. Martin with the pass through the middle. It finds Nick. Nick with the ball to Nico. Nico tried to take a shot. Got deflected. Jadiel now on the ball. Jadiel has nowhere to go. Jadiel tries to pass. Takes another deflection. John able to chase this one down. Oh no, he takes a slip. 13 now trying to make something happen. John comes back once again and knocks it to the ground. Gets the ball off to Jaden. Jaden now looking forward. Tries to play a through ball for Nick or Nico, but can't find either. And this is scooped up by the keeper.
Well, here is the effort that we were missing in the first half. Look at this. John gets a foot to this ball. He falls down, gets up, chases down number 13, who's got fresh legs, and still manages to make the tackle, wins the ball, and gets off the pass. Where was that in the first half? Oh, that's all hurt. They really want it now.
Well, South Florida reinvigorated by their substitutions. Trying to make something happen here in the last few minutes of this game. As the Chargers, not sure if they're playing to win or if they're playing for the tie. Definitely much more conservative now than they have in the past. Passing this ball through the middle. Number 8 got a foot to it. Passes it off to the right side. Chargers advancing the ball. Chargers working the right side. Crosby there coming over to defend. Can't do it. Ball played into space, but it's going to be into touch. And we're going to have a stoppage of play. Idon with the long throw, looking for Matthew. Matthew heads it on. Number 6 parries it away. Colton collects. Colton rolling out to John. John looking at... Oh! Tackle from behind. That might be a yellow card.
If it's a yellow card, that would be number 2 for that player. But it looks like he just trips and he falls into the back of the legs of John. There's no yellow card coming from the referee. And I think he might be lucky there because that could easily be seen as a yellow.
Idon takes the kick. Goes up to the middle. Chargers now on the attack. Martin coming back to try to cover. So is Crosby. Martin blocking the defender. Can't get off the cross. Still Chargers ball. Martin still harassing. And it's going to be a corner for the Chargers. Ball into the box. Colton there to parry it away. Back of the box now. Chargers still in possession. Get it off to number 12 who puts it back through the middle. I think Nico got a foot to it, but it still landed favorably for the Chargers. Shot, and it goes wide of the goal. That could have been trouble.
Well, I'll tell you, Colton gets his arm moved here by the Charger player, and he has to deflect this ball with his face. See the Chargers players pulling his arm? These goalies don't get enough credit. They're taking hits. They're falling on the ground. They're sacrificing their bodies on almost every play to keep that ball from the back of the net. It's a difficult job. That probably saved the game right there.
You know, you can't really see what's going on in that box. There's so many bodies coming together. It's awfully difficult to see the things that get done to these players inside that crowd. As this ball just kind of falls, nobody reacts to it. John does, and John is getting ridden. And it's finally going to get seen by the referee, and a yellow card is coming out.
Oh, I'm surprised this player didn't jump on his back and go for a ride. My goodness. What was he hoping to accomplish there? He wasn't going to bring John down. Nobody can bring John down. He must be crazy.
Well, yellow card awarded. That's the second yellow card awarded to Chargers. South Florida has 1 yellow card. That's been awarded to the captain, Idon. Zidane plays this one over to Crosby. Crosby sees John. John now on the ball. Takes a big kick. It's going to the box. Keeper drops it. Nick is now on the ball. Nick trying to make something happen here. Creating a little bit of space. Now he's got 2 defenders to worry about. Trying to go to the outside. Looks to draw the foul, but doesn't get anything. Chargers now on the ball. Passing it long. Don is going to get there. He's going to pass it to Jadiel. Jadiel, thought Jaden was in a different spot. And it's going to be a throw for the Chargers. Chargers throw this one down the line. John at number 13 battling it out once again. John wins again. Chargers putting this one into the box, headed away by Idon. This is right into the path of Nick. Can South Florida break here? Nick, with nothing but grass in front of him, slows it down a little bit, waiting for support. Number 6 gets a piece of it. Nick crosses. Going back post, but it's way over. It's going to be a goal kick for the Chargers. They take quickly. Get it over to the left side. South Florida. Oh, what harassment Jadiel gave him. Wins the ball. Tries to get it off to Nico. Eventually gets there. Nico with a nice cut in. Referee says play on. Martin now on the ball. Martin looks up. It's a shot. It's in the magic. Goal. It's a goal for South Florida, 3-2 on a banger from Martin from what had to be 30, 35 yards out, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a shot.
Well, I got to take another look because I'm still in disbelief. But little Martin, he picks his head up and he says, I'm open, let me take a shot. And whoosh, right there. It was like the goalie had a hole in his glove. Unbelievable. 3-2 South Florida, and what has to be the defining moment of the game here, the one that wins it all.
Well, I have to agree. That has to be it. I mean, time is running dangerously short here. Chargers now on the ball. Passing back. Now over. And it's going to be a throw for South Florida. I think if they are able to maintain possession or just run this clock, they'll definitely have a win here. As Adon kicks this one forward and into touch. I'm sorry. Did we get a foul here? Apparently we got a foul call here. I'm not really sure what it is. But Chargers with a free kick. Jeffrey, what did you think about that?
I don't know. You blinked and you missed it. Oh, there's another one in the box. And that's a far cry away from the goal on that shot. Let's take another look at that. Player goes down in the box. He's looking for a penalty, and there goes another player in the box. But nothing. All right. Well, good for us, bad for them.
Colton with the long kick. South Florida electing not to go with possession. Give the ball away. Chargers now back on the ball. Jadiel wins it, but not before being called for a foul.
Well, he can't believe it. I got to tell you, I can't believe it either. Here they are, two players just duking it out for the ball. Where's the foul? Oh, got to say, that's one of the first ones I've seen him get wrong.
Well, Chargers, nice move by number 8 to get around Jaden. Can he win the ball? He does. He's getting into the box here. This could be dangerous. Cross. Nobody there to receive it. Oh, wait, number 15 is there. He falls down in the box, and it's another shot. And the referee's awarded a penalty?
Well, I don't know. He has awarded the penalty, but I don't know what. I see a player down here in the box. But is it there that he whistles? I believe it is. I see him down on the ground, and then 15 falls down to the ground. And then he's awarding the penalty, so I don't know what it is he saw.
Well, maybe Matthew Hansen pushed the player from the back. I really don't see anything else. The referee has given late whistles throughout this game. Even our penalty came in super late, which I'm not totally sure what this was on. I can only assume it's Matthew Hansen because nobody touched the other kick, the other player. He just fell into the box. So it had to be something there in front of the goal. But it seemed like it was a push in the back, which this referee has been consistent with throughout the game. Any type of hands on the back or push to the back, he's calling it. And even Crosby's was a push to the back that awarded us a penalty in the first half. This half. So here it is. And it's a goal. So 3-3 here in the waning minutes of this game. I mean, we cannot be long for time here. And that is just amazing to me that was awarded as a penalty. I was kind of shocked, even though Jeffrey got on my back about it, that the initial penalty was awarded. Now, I guess karma has struck, and South Florida gets it right back. And it couldn't have happened at a worse time, as we have relatively no time left in this game. Referee signaling looks like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. We'll see what happens here as Adon kicks this one long up the field. Oh, goalie makes a little bit of a bobble there, but comes down with it confidently. As the Chargers kick this ball away, all they got to do is basically keep it out of their half of the field, and they're going to walk away with a tie, which was almost assuredly a loss. As Crosby gets into a deep area, has the ball poked away, ball still in, and just crosses the line. Now Matthew Hansen, known for being able to throw the ball long, gets this ball into the box, headed on by Ale, but outside of the goal. Every possession matters at this point. Chargers are going to try to hold on to it for as long as they possibly can as they kick this ball long. John there to parry it back in. Martin gets it off to Ale. Ale is fouled. Got twisted up and fouled. This could be a good spot for South Florida.
Oh, this is a very good spot because you could do a couple different things here. You can take a shot on goal, or you can try to cross it in and hit somebody on the run with pretty good accuracy. And with Nicky on the ball, anything can happen.
All right, well, Nick is on the ball. He's approaching the ball. He takes a shot. It's at the keeper. He drops it.
Oh,
and it's in by Redon followed it up, and it's in the goal. The goalie spilled the ball right in front of him, and he gets a toe to it. And we're leading 4-3. There cannot be much time left here, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. You can't take your eyes off the game for a moment. You'll miss something because that was an amazing goal.
Oh, the captain comes through in the clutch, as they say, as the goalie spills the ball. I can't believe it. And Idan's there to bounce on it like a lion on a small animal. And he just puts it in the back of the net. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. 4-3 here in the coldest weather in Florida history. I can't believe this is happening. It's back and forth. There can't be much time left.
Well, the Chargers have to absolutely be heartbroken after tying this game up and now having to fight back just to try to get a point. Can't do it. Johnny heads this one off the line. Referee has blown his whistle, and it looks like another foul. And we're just going to take a quick look here, Jeffrey. I don't want to get you off your seat. But yeah, another little push there. And like we said, the referee is consistent, if anything. All right, well, Don's lining up to take this kick. Looks like this is going to be the last play of the game. And it is. Referee has blown his whistle. Unbelievable. The South Florida Football Academy is down twice in this game. They're down 1-0. They come back and tie. They go down 2-1. They come back and tie. They take the lead 3-2. Then they get tied in what would probably be the last 3 minutes of the game by the Chargers, 3-3. And then in a minute later, Ollie gets the foul and they tie it up. The captain comes in on a drop ball by the goalie and ties this game up. I mean, soccer, the most unpredictable game that there possibly is. So exciting, and you just it just makes you shake your head. You just can't believe the swings and the changes in this game. What do you think, Jeffrey?
Well, I think South Florida definitely wanted this game in the second half. The first half, they weren't sure. But in the second half, they came out and they said, you know what? I want to win this game. And they played like it. And they tied it up. And then they took the lead. And they got tied again. And it's easy to just shrug your shoulders and say, well, we'll take the tie and we'll go home. But they said no. They fought on. They get the foul. They take the shot. The goalie makes a mistake, but they're there to capitalize on it and to win the game. That's the difference between MLS and LEC, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. You have to have the heart of a lion and the willpower to do what you need to do to win the games. I hope Coach Jordan is giving them a fine talking to about the play that they had at the beginning of the game compared to the end, because that was the difference maker.
Well, it certainly was a game to remember. We hope that you enjoyed watching. We enjoyed bringing it to you. We hope that you tune in as we continue to bring more games. Again, sorry for the delay in bringing you this one, but as you can see, it was well worth the wait. We hope to see you next time. That's all from Mad About Soccer. And stay warm in Clearwater, Florida.
Yeah. Get the ball.